Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. If a man has not discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Nothing in all the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering and struggle, the tireless exertions and passionate concern of dedicated individuals. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. The time is always right to do what is right. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. We are not makers of history, we are made by history. He who accepts evil without protesting against it is really cooperating with it. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor, it must be demanded by the oppressed. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. Whatever your life's work is, do it well. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That old law about an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. The time is always right to do the right thing. Everything that we see is a shadow cast by that which we do not see. A lie cannot live. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. History will have to record that the greatest tragedy of this period of social transition was not the strident clamor of the bad people, but the appalling silence of the good people. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for that which is right. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice. A man dies when he refuses to take a stand for that which is true. Cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it politic? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? There can be no deep disappointment where there is not deep love. The quality, not the longevity of one's life, is what is important. All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance and should be undertaken with painstaking excellence. Never succumb to the temptation of bitterness. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. The silence of the good people is more dangerous than the brutality of the bad people. The surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others. Never, never be afraid to do what's right. Be the peace you wish to see in the world. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. The best way to solve any problem is to remove its cause. Forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a constant attitude. You can kill the dreamer, but you can't kill the dream. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you're nobody. Let's build bridges, not walls. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. One has a moral responsibility to disobey unjust laws. Quietly endure, silently suffer, and patiently wait. There is some good in the worst of us, and some evil in the best of us. Peace is not simply the absence of conflict, but the existence of justice for all people. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. To ignore evil is to become an accomplice to it. A riot is the language of the unheard. Justice too long delayed is justice denied. There is within human nature an amazing potential for goodness. The most dangerous criminal may be the man gifted with reason, but with no morals. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. Of all the forms of inequality, injustice in healthcare is the most shocking and inhumane. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must meet the forces of hate with the power of love. Those who love peace must learn to organize as effectively as those who love war. Only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. Peace is not merely a distant goal that we seek, but a means by which we arrive at that goal. Let no man pull you so low as to hate him. Love is the most durable power in the world. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. Hatred darkens life, love illumines it. When you are right, you cannot be too radical. When you are wrong, you cannot be too conservative. Everyone can be great because everyone can serve. All men are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. You only need a heart full of grace. No one is free until we are all free.